I'm Craig Newmark. I'm the guy who started something called Craigslist maybe 30 years ago. People ask about what were my influences? Why am I doing things in this weird way, like turning down billions of dollars, but telling people there's nothing altruistic about it? When I was little, maybe 6 years old, I went to Sunday school ran by Mr. and Mrs. Levin at the Jewish Community Center in Morristown, New Jersey. Only recently have I realized the Levin's backstory. I kind of had some idea that there was something special, but I found out that Mr. Levin broke one of his fingers in a fairly obvious way because he jumped out of a speeding train, not normally recommended, but they were taking him to a death camp in Europe in the Baltics. After escaping from the train, he rescued his wife and his daughter. The Levins taught me the things which set my moral compass. They taught me to treat people like I want to be treated. They taught me when to know enough is enough. And they taught me stuff like to take the ninth commandment about not lying seriously, because I grew up as a guy who's a rule follower. Now and then, sometimes I'll deliberately beg forgiveness, then asking for permission, which has proven to be pretty productive. Meanwhile, my parents are raising me in the 1950s in Morristown, New Jersey, the capital of the Revolution. Meaning, my parents both served in their own way in World War II. My dad joined the Army, fought in the Pacific, behind a desk, pushing paperwork, which is what I do right now in cybersecurity. My mom learned bookkeeping, and I guess what happened is that she replaced the company bookkeeper, who I guess picked up a rifle and fought overseas. Patriotism was a thing back then, and they never let me forget it. That's how they raised me as, again, a kind of a rule follower. No problem. This is Morristown, New Jersey, where Washington and the Continental Army spent a couple of really hard winters, which the grammar school I grew up in, the high school, never let me forget. So patriotism was a thing during my entire upbringing, and that's what motivates me now in terms of a lot of the things that I do for veterans, military families, and regarding cybersecurity and its role in our national security. Another big influence was my high school U.S. history and civics teacher, Mr. Anton Shulsky, who, among other things, made really sure that I was committed to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and due process, which guided a lot of my support for cops and literally fighting crime through the decades. My final influence, in a really, really big way, was a guy named Leonard Cohen. He's my rabbi, although he never knew that. He's best known as a poet, singer, but in my case, a rabbi, who enhanced my moral compass, and he opened my mind up to other influences. For example, he made me question, by reading something called the Sermon on the Mount, why should I be taking credit for some of the charitable stuff I do? Although the answer has to do with legitimizing it and legitimizing everything else I do. He also got me to reflect on why am I my brother's keeper or my sister's keeper? Maybe I should think about what it means to sell my possessions and to give away the results to the poor. I'm a nerd, I'm a literal guy, so I think I now know something about being my brother's keeper, my sister's keeper. I know what it means to sell my possessions, and that's why Craigslist is monetized so little. It's why I'm now giving away the vast bulk of my money. Nothing altruistic about it. It's just that I learned something from my big influences and I'm following through.